What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the Summer of Slime, and welcome back to the absolute best day of the week. It is Camp Anawanna Wednesday, as our Summer of Slime rolls on. Today we're opening the vault on Salute Your Shorts Season 1, Episode 7, the Radio Call-In Contest. And I have to tell you this right off the bat. This is secretly one of the most important, chaotic, and legendary episodes in the entire history of the show. We have high-stakes trivia. We have illegal camp commerce. We have Ugly having a complete cosmetic meltdown. And we had one of the most famous instances of a kid straight up swearing on early 90s Nickelodeon. Grab your bug spray, grab your zinc oxide, and let's get into it.
Kick him in the nose! Kick him in the nose! He doesn't have nerves! Do it! Wolfman's got nards! Come on! Come on!
The main plot of this episode kicks off when Sponge, the undisputed genius of Camp Anawanna, decides to enter a radio trivia contest on the Giant Jim radio show. The prize? A cool $1,000. Now, in 1991, to a kid at summer camp, $1,000 is basically lottery money. That is to buy the entire camp and fire Ugly money. Sponge manages to call in, and he nails the very first question. Because of this, his social status at camp completely flips. Suddenly, the camp nerd is a rock star. Everyone is idolizing him, looking at him like he's this omnipotent god of knowledge.
Puny god.
But there is a catch. Giant Jim's questions get progressively harder, and Sponge quickly realizes that there's a massive difference between being book smart.
Look, I'm a genius and everybody knows it. I don't have to prove it to you or some goon on the radio.
And being pop culture trivia smart. And this leads us to one of the most famous pieces of trivia about this trivia episode. And if you're a hardcore 90s Nick kid, you know exactly what I'm about to talk about. The pressure is mounting. Sponge is having a complete existential crisis in his bunk because he doesn't know how to answer the radio show's insane questions. He is venting to Michael, and out of nowhere, Sponge drops a line that somehow made it past every single censor at the network.
It's not this stupid contest. I'm pissed off because I'm not as smart as I thought I was.
Big man on campus. He said pissed off on a 1991 children's television show. They never censored it. They never muted the audio. They never cut around it. It aired just like that. And it is still in this episode to this day. It's such a raw, genuine moment of frustration and just proves how grounded and real Salute Your Shorts was willing to be compared to other kids' shows at the time. Sponge was stressed out, man. Let the kid vent. Now, while Sponge is having an intellectual breakdown, we have a B-plot that's absolute peak physical comedy. Counselor Ugg has a hot date lined up with his girlfriend, Rachel. Ugg wants to look good, but more importantly, he wants to smell good. So what's he do? He makes the worst decision a human being can at Camp Anawanna. He engages in commerce with Bobby Budnick. Ugg buys a bottle of bootleg cologne from Budnick. Budnick promises him it will make him irresistible.
Yeah, I got this stuff. I made it myself. I call it Ode to Budnick.
Ugg splashes it on his face, and it immediately turns his skin blue. I don't mean a slight tint, guys. I mean, he looks like a depressed Smurf. He confronts Budnick in the boys' bunk in absolute terror, demanding to know what was in it. When Giant Jim, the radio DJ, later points out that Ugg just won money and shouldn't be sad, Ugg delivers one of the greatest lines in television history.
You just won $1,000. How can you be sad?
No, not sad blue. Blue. Toilet bowl blue.
Ugg is panicking. He has to call Rachel to cancel a date because he looks like a radioactive blueberry. But while he's on the phone with her, someone rudely hangs up on Rachel so they can use the phone for the radio contest. Ugg completely snaps. He bursts out and grounds the entire camp.
From this moment on, you are all on double permanent confinement.
You are... What do they call it? Grounded. You're grounded.
On double permanent confinement until whoever hung up on his girlfriend confesses. So now the stakes are through the roof. Sponge and Michael need to make the final call to win the $1,000, but they are on double permanent confinement, and Ugg is actively hunting for the culprit. They realize they can't do it alone. They have to loop in the girls.
30% and we'll tell you.
And the girls at Camp Anawanna? They're ruthless negotiators. They refuse to help unless Sponge and Michael agree to cut them in on the prize money. But the plan's set. The girls have to create a massive distraction to keep a completely unhinged blue-faced Ugg occupied, while the boys stay up at night to hear the final question and make the call. And what is the final impossible $1 million question that Giant Jim drops on them?
What's George Michael's real name?
Yes, the legendary 80s pop star. They have to scramble to figure out George Michael's real name is Georgios Kyriakos Pinigoulias, something like that.
George Michael's real name is Georgios Panio, too.
Get past the Blue Counselor and dial a radio station in time. It's a brilliant collision of both plots. The radio calling contest is just a flawless episode of television. It develops Michael and Sponge's friendship perfectly. It shows that Budnick's schemes have actual terrifying consequences. And it gives us ugly screaming about being toilet bowl blue while putting kids on double permanent confinement. I'm giving season 1, episode 7, an absolute masterpiece score of 9 awful waffles out of 10. If you like this video, hit that like button. And if you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. And let me know in the comments, what's the most obscure piece of 90s pop culture trivia that takes up space in your brain? I want to see how smart you guys actually are. Have a fantastic Wednesday, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow for Fresh Out the Box Thursday. See you in the next one.
Run, come on. Run? For 1,000,000 I run. For 1,000, I'll just walk a little faster.